The ultimate middleman, a deep dive into Visa V before you invest. If you open your wallet right now, there is a high probability you are carrying a piece of plastic with a Visa logo on it. Most people think of Visa as a credit card company or a bank. But here's the first secret to understanding this business. Visa does not issue cards, and Visa does not lend money. Visa is a technology company that operates the highways of global commerce. Every time you tap your phone or swipe your card, you are using a network that connects millions of merchants to thousands of banks in milliseconds. Before you invest in ticker V, you need to understand the toll booth economics that make this one of the most profitable companies in human history. 1. The business model, the global toll booth. Visa operates what investors call a toll booth model. Unlike a bank like JP Morgan or Citigroup, Visa doesn't care if you pay your credit card bill on time. They don't collect interest, and they don't take the risk if you default on your debt. Instead, they charge a tiny fee for every single transaction that passes through their network. Imagine a highway where every car has to pay a few cents to pass. It doesn't matter if the car is a Ferrari or a Toyota. The owner of the highway gets paid either way. This is Visa. Visa's revenue comes from 4 main streams. Service revenues, fees paid by banks based on the total volume of payments. Data processing revenues, fees for authorization, clearing, and settlement. International transactions, fees for cross-border currency conversion. Think of the fee you pay when using your card on vacation. Value-added services, VAS, fees for extra pro features like fraud prevention, data analytics, and cybersecurity. 2. The moat, network effects. In investing, a moat is a competitive advantage that protects a company from rivals. Visa has one of the widest moats in existence, driven by network effects. A payment network is only valuable if everyone uses it. Merchants accept Visa because billions of people carry the cards. People carry the cards because millions of merchants accept them. Breaking this cycle is nearly impossible for a newcomer. To start a Visa killer, you would simultaneously need to convince 100 million merchants and 3 billion people to switch at the same time. As of early 2026, Visa's network reaches over 200 countries and connects more than 14,500 financial institutions. This scale allows them to operate with incredibly high efficiency, often maintaining net profit margins above 50%. 3. The 2026 pivot, beyond the 16-digit card. For decades, Visa was defined by the 16-digit card number, but as we enter 2026, the company is undergoing a radical rewiring. They are moving from being a card network to a network of networks. Agentic Commerce. This is a major 2026 theme. Visa is building tools for AI agents, computer bots that shop for you, to execute secure payments. Instead of you swiping a card, your AI might use a tokenized version of your card to buy groceries automatically when it detects your fridge is empty. B2B and new flows. Visa is moving into business-to-business payments. Large corporations still often pay each other using slow checks or wires. Visa is digitizing these trillions of dollars in flows. Stablecoins and Blockchain. Visa has integrated stablecoins like USDC into its systems. They aren't trying to fight crypto. They are providing the secure rails that digital assets move on. 4. The financials, a compounding machine. Visa is a compounder. This means it doesn't grow by 100% in a year like a speculative tech stock, but it grows consistently year after year. Profitability. For fiscal year 2025, Visa's adjusted earnings per share rose roughly 14%. Share buybacks. In 2025 alone, Visa returned over $22 billion to shareholders, with the bulk of that coming from buying back its own stock. This makes each share you own more valuable over time. Dividends. While the dividend yield is relatively small, typically under 1%, Visa has a long history of raising its dividend double digits every year. 5. The risks. What could go wrong? No investment is without risk. For Visa, the monsters under the bed are primarily regulatory. The CCCA, Credit Card Competition Act. In January 2026, this legislation was fast-tracked in Washington. It aims to break the duopoly of Visa and MasterCard by requiring banks to offer alternative routing networks. If passed, it could lower the fees Visa is allowed to charge. Interest rate caps. Recent political proposals to cap credit card interest rates at 10%, for example, primarily hit the banks that issue the cards, but they can hurt Visa indirectly if banks reduce rewards or issue fewer cards. Real-time payments. Government-backed systems like FedNow in the US or UPI in India allow people to send money directly from bank to bank for free, bypassing Visa's toll road entirely. 6. Visa versus MasterCard, the great rivalry. Investors often ask, should I buy Visa or MasterCard? In 2026, the two companies share the same attractive economics, but there are subtle differences. MasterCard, MA, often grows slightly faster, around 17% revenue growth recently, because it is smaller and more aggressive in international markets. Visa, V, has the largest scale and the most dominant position in the US market. It is often seen as the safer and slightly cheaper option on a valuation basis. 6. Conclusion. Is Visa right for you? Visa is a bet on global consumption. If you believe that 10 years from now, the world will be doing more digital transactions and carrying less physical cash than they do today, then Visa is a fundamental infrastructure play. It is not a get-rich-quick stock. It is a stay-rich-slowly stock. It is for the investor who values extreme profitability. 50% plus margins are nearly unheard of in other industries. Predictability. People buy groceries and gas regardless of the economy. Low volatility. It tends to be more stable than high-flying tech stocks. As you look at your portfolio, remember the sleep test. Visa is a stock designed for sleep. It is the silent engine of the world's economy, taking a tiny slice of every pie in every city, every second of the day.